Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my top 5 most common makeup mistakes made by women 35 and older that can age them 10 years. So I'm going to show you what they are, and if you're doing them, stop right now and I promise you will look 10 years younger. So if you're curious what they are, just keep watching. Guys, the number one makeup mistake that I feel most women, pretty much of all ages, do is you don't prime your skin. I am a huge primer advocate. I do not think that you should be putting makeup on your face right from washing it, right from putting a moisturizer on. You need to have a barrier between your moisturizer and your foundation. Otherwise, you're either going to have your foundation slide all over your face and not stay put, or it's going to cling to any extra dry patches that you might have. So I'm not saying you need to go out and get the most mattifying primer or a drying primer or anything, but there are primers like the Laura Mercier oil-free primer or the Origins kind of pore perfecting primer. This is more of like a mousse. They're very kind of hydrating and moisturizing, and they don't really feel like a primer per se, like they don't have like that silicone feel, if that's what people kind of shy away from. They're more just like an additional skincare step. That's what you have to think of primer as. It's an extension of your skincare and part of your makeup routine, because it's going to keep the makeup from settling into fine lines. It's going to keep it from settling into your pores. That's why a lot of times when I see women and they have, you know, a full face of makeup, but it's like settled into their lines and they're really unhappy with it. And I noticed this a lot when I was freelancing. And they would just say, you know, I don't know why my makeup does this. And then when you teach them one or two little tricks, then you realize, oh my God, this is what I need. You don't have to airbrush your skin in order to get it to look airbrushed. So number one is you need to prime your skin. Even if you don't think you need it, even if you feel like it's unnecessary, I'm telling you, if you get something like this that already feels like a lotion, you will thank me for it. Number two, cake face. Powdering your entire face multiple times will age you like nothing else. I don't think I'll ever understand why you would want to put a foundation on and then put a foundation powder over that and then put a finishing powder over that. I don't know. I've seen people do it and it drives me crazy because that's going to age you. There's nothing that like layers on your skin is going to age you. It's unnecessary. If you want to set your foundation, which hey, we all do, especially if you're oily, you can do that, and you can do it in different ways, no matter what foundation you're wearing, whether it's a matte foundation or a glowy foundation. Get something like this. This is the Too Faced, the Peach Perfect. It's their mattifying loose setting powder. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to totally matte your skin out, but it is a very light, finely milled powder that you can just take a big fluffy brush like this one here and just kind of swirl it and just set your whole face. You could even set under your eyes with it. And it's going to give you a very light sheen of powder. It's going to set your foundation. It's not going to let your foundation move, but it's not going to add any additional coverage or product. If you're already wearing a full coverage foundation, why on earth would you want to wear a heavy foundation powder over that and then go in and set it with something else? Like, you don't want to. Your skin is not going to breathe. You're going to have too much on your skin. And especially if you're older, you're just going to see it settle more and more into your fine lines and your wrinkles, and you don't want that. You want to wear as little as possible, but still looking, you know, bright and youthful. So that's the number two thing. Number three is kind of in conjunction with all of them. Please stop taking your concealer and doing it like the Kardashians and doing it like the younger YouTubers and putting this thick, this is like probably the thickest concealer I own. It's the It Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Under Eyes. This stuff is thick. Like if you take a concealer like this and you do that whole triangle here, just stop. Just stop right now. If you are already wearing a foundation and you're wearing a good coverage foundation, why would you take a concealer and go over, especially in your under eye area where you know you have wrinkles and where we know we have these fine lines and where our foundation already might settle? Why would you take another concealer and layer over that and then go over that with more powder? Just stop doing that. We all need concealer, especially, you know, if you don't get a lot of sleep or if you're prone to dark circles. take a concealer, you could even use this one, and you take just a little bit, and you just want to dab it where the darkness is. If it helps, when you look in the mirror, look down like this, and wherever the darkness is, like if it's here, just put your concealer there. Just concentrate it right under here, right under where the hollows are. That's where you want to conceal. We don't need to put concealer here. This is covered by foundation. So if we have any, our pores or anything in this area, we have foundation for that. We don't need to add concealer on top of it. The concealer, you just want to keep it brightening. You want to keep it natural. And you also don't want to look like you have like this white flash under your eyes. You want to make sure you have something that's a little bit more natural or more peachy tone if you have dark circles. So stop doing that with your concealer right now. Number 4, please stop rimming your eyes all black. I know that it might be a look. I know it might be something that is popular, and if you're going for a dramatic look, that's one thing, but please stop taking your eyeliner and lining in your waterline, under your lash line, and just kind of doing all black all over your eyes so you look like a panda. Because what that's going to do, it's going to close your eyes, and it's going to make you look older, and it's going to draw attention to that. You're gonna, if you already have small eyes, then you're just gonna make them even smaller. If you wanna look younger and more youthful and brighter, take your liner and just line your upper waterline. Leave your bottom one blank, because if you're going to put eyeliner up on your upper waterline and in your lower waterline, what it's going to do, it's gonna automatically close your eyes. Even if you like the look, unless it's the look you're going for and you want to look like that, that's fine. But if you feel like you're looking older, if your eyes are looking older, or you want to just look more youthful, just stop doing that. Same thing like with thick, heavy winged liner, or not even winged liner, but just thick liner. That's gonna close your eyes. So if you want to still wear a liner, do a very thin line, and then do the upper waterline, and that's gonna just instantly brighten your eyes, because what you're doing is you're drawing the attention this way, not this way, because if you're concentrating it underneath here, like the black, what it's going to do is it's just gonna close your eyes. And I've seen it in doing makeup on people. I've seen it in friends of mine, and women that I've worked with that have done this, and then when they didn't do that, they look like a different person. So just try it. I'm not saying give away your eyeliners and stop lining your eyes, because I know I won't, but you just have to learn, especially as you get older. Like when you start getting into your 60s and 70s, like that's, I guess, where I see it a lot too, is they think that they're able to make their eyes look bigger, but unfortunately just doing the black is going to make them look smaller. So it's number 4, just stop. Then number 5, wearing heavy, thick, matte lips is going to make you look older. Obviously, especially, as we get older and we get the lip lines and our lips kind of start, shrinking in size. If you have been blessed and you haven't lost any volume in your lips, then really you don't have to worry about this. But as women get older, like I see it, like with my grandmother, for instance, she's almost 87 years old, God bless her. But I've seen her lips shrink, as she's gotten older, and you can see the lines in her lips. So she would never, not that she really wears makeup, but she would never I would never have her wear a matte lipstick, because all it's going to do is it's going to settle all into the lines and the wrinkles. So what you want something a little bit lighter, like these. These are the NARS Velvet Lip Glides. So they are more full coverage. They're not like a liquid lipstick where they're, going to dry down and make you, have that same issue. But they're that long wearing look, but they're very lightweight and they're very glossy still, and they're still going to give you that youthful look. So as you get older and you lose the volume in your lips and you get more lip lines, adding a matte lipstick or like a heavy, drying liquid lipstick, it's just going to accent it. Unless you get lip filler and plump them back up, and if you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's everyone's prerogative. But if that happens, you don't want to draw attention to it. You want to still make them look youthful. So for me, my advice is for keeping your lips looking youthful as you age and as you lose volume, you want to keep them hydrated, and you want to keep them light and glossy. So you don't want to cake on the matte. You want to keep it light and airy. So those are my top 5 makeup mistakes that women make over 35. And if you stop doing these, you will look 10 years younger. So I hope you enjoyed this. If this was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. If you agree with them, please let me know. If you do any of them, let me know. I'm curious to know who does this. I know, believe me, I know a lot of people that will do these things and then they just don't know any better because they wonder why. And like I said, when I was freelancing back home in New York, I saw this all the time because I worked with women of all ages that, you know, did their makeup or that needed help or that just didn't know any better. You know, they didn't have anyone to teach them. They didn't know about YouTube. You know, really, YouTube wasn't that popular. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and hit the bell next to my name so you'll be notified of all my new videos. And I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you guys very soon.